welcome back. Man, I feel like I ain't done this in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's been a minute. Well, it's only been like 2 weeks, for real, for real. But anyway, welcome back to the Hangout podcast with your boy, Lonzo Low. And I just want to address my bad for not making the episode for a little bit. It's only been like 2 weeks though, I think. Main reason is cause I've been very busy with life and a lot of things going on. And also, excuse me, a couple weeks ago, I didn't feel so good. You know what I'm saying? And that whole week I was just feeling terrible. And no, I didn't have COVID, if that's what y'all motherfuckers was thinking. No, I didn't have COVID. But anywho, I just wasn't feeling good. And then I had a lot of stuff going on that I had to take care of. So, I had to miss a couple weeks, but, it's cool. I'm back, back in effect. And I'm here to talk some bullshit with y'all and have some fun. But anyway, this is episode 5. So this week, I want to talk to y'all about what y'all dreams is. And this episode is dreams and nightmares. And no, I'm not talking about Meek Mill. Shout out to that nigga though. But no, I'm talking about, your actual dreams and then the nightmares that can cause your dreams to be deferred or you just stop dreaming at all, just period. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to talk about this episode. I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet, but we going to see. But anyway, so the first segment of this episode is going to be, what are your dreams and your nightmares? And I'll go ahead and so my dreams, or one of my dreams, personally for me, is, if y'all don't know, I'm a type of person. I love children. I love kids. I've always, been a person that love kids a whole lot. So one of my dreams, and especially from home, one of my dreams for me is to see my kids become very successful in life. And I know that's very cliche or typical for a parent to say something like that, but I really mean that shit, man. Like, everything that I do and that I've done is for my children, because I wouldn't be nothing without my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I didn't want kids, or if I didn't have kids, I wouldn't be the man who I am today. You feel me? Like, I would be somewhere totally different doing some crazy shit. Or if I was still growing up where I'm from, I would be dead or doing, So I feel like for me, my kids saved my life from going in a different path. And, off the strength of that, I try to do everything that I can to make sure my kids is great. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my kids got clothes in their back, food on the table, roof over their head, all that. You know what I'm saying? That's my dream, is to see my kids happy with a smile on their face and just happy with life and enjoying life and just becoming real successful people in the world off of, knowing what I've done as a father to help them become better human beings. And also, with their mom, they got shout out to their mother, man. That's all I want to say. Shout out to their mother. They have a phenomenal, and I mean a phenomenal mother. She's the best mother that they can ever have. And, you know what I'm saying? That's just amazing how I see it. So, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's one of my dreams, to see my kids happy. You know what I'm saying? See my kids just become successful in life, blah, blah, blah. Another one of my dreams is, I've already accomplished one of my dreams, and one of my dreams is become an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? So I do own a business. I own a pressure washing business that I've been owning for about 2 years now. Yeah, 2 years. And I, that's something I always wanted as a young man. I remember at the age, I think I was like 9 or 10, and I was watching an interview of, I can't even think who it was. It was a long time ago, long time ago. I was watching the interview, and the person who was, getting interviewed, they was talking about business, and then they said something about, they said a word called entrepreneurship, and it kind of stuck with me. I'm like, what does entrepreneurship mean? So I asked my mom, and I said, Mom, what does entrepreneurship mean? She was like, it's when you own something, or more like when you own a business. And I said, huh. So I was like, is that when you own? And I asked her, I said, is that when you when you are the boss? She's like, yeah, you are the boss, but you're more like the owner. So you're on top of the boss because you are the owner of the entire company. You're the owner of the entire entity. And ever since then, it's always been my dream to become a business owner because I'm the type of person, like, I like to work on my own schedule. I don't like to work on nobody else's schedule at all. You know what I'm saying? I hate that shit, man. You gotta wake up, go to work and work around somebody else's clock, man. That shit is whack. Now I still do that as well, but at the same time I still run my own business as well too. So I got a schedule that I still gotta pertain to a regular job that I have, but I still got my own schedule, my own business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm doing better. I'm doing my own thing at the same time. But yeah, ever since I found out what that word meant, I just always want to become a business owner. And, I studied, I worked hard, I saved up my bread, I looked into how to start a business, how to get an LLC, how to get a trademark for your business name, how to get licenses from the city, from the state, all that shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sounds nice when you be like, all right, I'm about to start a business. And, of course, do that, But I want y'all to also understand that starting a business, whatever, depending on what the business is not that easy as it sounds, or it's not as easy or smooth ride as you want to make it sound like. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying. So, there's a lot of steps that goes into owning a business. And, you have to, when you a boss and when you're a business owner, you have to rely on yourself for everything. You have to play the role of all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You for one, you the owner, so you the boss. For two, you gotta be the head of the marketing team. You gotta be the head of the financials and the accounting. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the head of the billing and all that shit. You gotta be the head of communications and media and all the other stuff that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be the head of all of this, all of that stuff. You gotta play all those roles by yourself when you first start a business. Now, unless you start a business with somebody else and y'all, going half or do whatever, then that's different. But if it's just you by yourself, you gotta play all them roles, man, and you gotta be willing to take all them roles on your own up until you get to a point where you can hire somebody to bring on or take on that role. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, at the end of the day, for me, owning a business is something I always wanted to do. Ever since I was like 9 or 10, and I worked my ass off to get there. You know what I'm saying? I still got a lot of work to do because it's just me. I haven't hired nobody yet. That's my plan, is eventually hire somebody so I can have somebody else take on a role, and where I can, take the weight off my shoulders and, focus on other adventures and, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So that's another one of my dreams. Another one of my dreams is also, this one is kind of different. I don't know if it's kind of dream, but it's more something like something that I want. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. It's more like a dream, something that I've dreamed of having. Is what I'm trying to say. And I've always wanted this car since I first seen it. And this car, it's not a fancy car, a luxury car, or it ain't no Lambo, Rolls Royce, or Ferrari, or none of that shit. Those are nice cars, but I'm not really into those type of cars. The car I always wanted since I was a kid, since I was the age of 8, was a '96 Impala SS, blacked out. Now, if you don't know what that is, go look it up. But all the dope boys and all the hood niggas had those cars. If you had a '96 Impala back in the day, you was that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You was that nigga. All the dope niggas had in back in the day. But I remember when it stuck to me for the first time. What was that movie? With the nigga Ice Cube was in that bitch. It was his movie, I think. What was it? All About the Benjamins. Yeah, there you go. I remember because he drove. Well, it wasn't a '96. I think it was like a '94, '95. But either way, it was still the same body model. But he had one in that movie. It was the black joint where he kept chasing Mike Epps in the beginning of the movie. And I remember first time seeing that movie, and I remember seeing that car. I said, damn, man, that's a smooth ass car right there, man. And ever since then, man, since I was 8 or 9, I wanted that fucking car, man. I wanted that car. And I still want that car to this day. That is my dream car. The only downside, there's two things. For one, they didn't make that car very long, so there's not a lot of them out there. They only made it from 1994 to '96. So they only made it for like 2.5, maybe 3 year run. And, there's not a lot of them out there. Second thing is, because there's not a lot of them out there, they're really, really hard to come by for a good price. A cleaned up, low mileage '96 right now will probably run you between, like a really nice one, between 15 and 30,000. And that's insane for a car that was made over 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why it's valued at that price point is because, it's like one of those limited edition cars, that they didn't make very many of them, and not everybody can get their hands on them. So, the motherfuckers who do want them, they're going to pay top dollar. I'm not that nigga's going to pay top dollar for it. I love that car, but I don't know if I love it that much to pay $15,000 to $25,000 for a 25-plus-year-old car. Unless it's like a memorabilia type of car, or it was connected to a celebrity or something. I don't know. But I don't know if I want to pay that much for a car that was made 25 years ago. Now, that being said, I would pay at least, at the most, in my opinion, $10,000 for it. You know what I'm saying? I would pay $10,000 for a car like that. But it's hard to come by with that price point. But I'm going to get that motherfucker one day, though. Believe me. Y'all going to see me post on Instagram or whatever, and I'm going to post that bitch right up on there, and I'm like, yo, I got this motherfucker. Now, you can find some for like 4, 5, 6,000, but they all beat the fuck up. The seats is torn up, the engine is fucked up, transmission's fucked up, or it's just a body and they ain't got no transmission, no engine, ain't got no drivetrain. So you can get one that's all fucked up for a cheap price, but I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I want at least a decent one. I want the joint to be running and driving, no problems, no body accidents or anything like that. I'm not saying they got to be 100% perfect, but I do want the motherfucker at least to be looking clean and decent, and I can drive this motherfucker from point A to point B without having no problems. So that's what I'm looking for. I haven't really found one in that price range yet, and actually I have. I'm lying. I found a few in that price range, but as soon as they, go up for sale, somebody's right there to buy, so you got to be quick, because they don't really stay on, or stay in the market for too long. And the only time I've seen them stay on the market for a while is when they all beat up and don't nobody want to pay, to fix that motherfucker up. Yeah, it might be cheap, but you gotta pay more money to fix it up. So, yeah, that's that. But yeah, man, that's my dream, man. I got plenty other dreams, but those are just a few. And that's my dream car, man. I fucking love that car. And when I get one, man, I'm gonna have that motherfucker looking nice. I'm gonna have that motherfucker looking right. You know, you know me. You know me. I gotta throw some rims on that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like I gotta throw some rims on that motherfucker. That's one thing about me. When I get a car that I like, I gotta throw rims on that motherfucker. I'm trying to tell you. Gotta throw rims on that jump. You know what I'm saying? Like my last car had 24s on it. My first car, I couldn't wait to put rims on that motherfucker, man. I couldn't wait to put rims on that motherfucker. Cause I know that bitch gonna look clean, but anyway, but yeah, those are just a few of my dreams and whatnot. Moving on to the nightmares. Nightmares for me is, not seeing my kids become successful. Now, don't get me wrong, they got their own life. They do what they gonna do. They gonna fuck up and make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? That's typical of anybody. But I just don't want to see them get to a point in their life where they get so low where they, don't know who they are, where they came from anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's one of my fears. That's a nightmare to me. You know what I'm saying? That would break my heart. You know what I'm saying? To see one of my children just unrecognizable, not knowing who they are anymore. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about like typical life shit. I'm talking about like if something happened to them, where if they either died or that something happened to them, that something changed their life forever. Yeah, that's a nightmare for me, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids is my everything, man. Without my kids, I ain't shit. So, I need my kids for me to continue going on living. You know what I'm saying? Most people think, oh, my kids need me. No, I need my kids. But yeah, that's one of my nightmares, man, is to see my children just, going through some shit, that's the thing. I don't really have too many nightmares. I mean, I don't really feel like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I've been through a lot of my life. I've been through a hell of a lot. Been through a lot of shit. So I done already lived through my nightmares, a lot of my nightmares, for real. But that's what made me who I am today, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my nightmares is growing up as a kid, just it was a struggle, man. It was hard. It was very hard, and it was just difficult at a time in certain points in my life where I didn't think I was gonna make it through. But then God pushed me back and reminded me, he said, hey, don't worry about it. I got you, bro. Just, stand back up on your 2 feet and I'm going to carry you the rest of the way. Just trust me. And I did it. I trusted him every time. And he looked out for me. Matter of fact, I want to pause. Because I just want to take a shout out to God real quick. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people don't like shouting out to God. Or if they do like to shout to God, they only shout him out in privacy. I'm not one of them type of niggas. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to shout God out anywhere I go, everywhere I go, to anybody. When I'm in the spirit, I'm going to throw God's name in there because God did a whole lot for me. So I'm going to need myself to do a whole lot for God in return because I love my God. At the same time, I'm not the biggest, most, I'm not the most biggest religious person in the world. You know what I mean? I don't go to church every Sunday. I haven't been to church in years. I haven't been to church since I was a kid, okay? It's been years since I've been to church. Now, don't get me wrong, my mom used to take us to church every Sunday, when I was still living in Alexandria. But ever since then, I haven't been. That's just how it's been. But I feel like I'm more of a spiritual person more than anything. But I have my own relationship with God. That's all that matters. You know what I'm saying? So, one time for the big homie, shout out to you, God. I love y'all, and I appreciate you. You've done everything for me in my life, and I'm going to continue to do everything in my power to make my life better and, just stay on the right path. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to God, man. Got to shout out God. And, for people, who have other religions, Allah or Buddha or whatever, shout out to them too. If that's what you believe in. I don't discriminate what you believe. I believe what I believe, and I'm not gonna sit there and look at somebody's face and say, hey, you can't believe that ain't true. Hey. I don't do all that shit. I don't do all that. Okay, so you believe what you believe, I believe my belief, and we can be peaceful two motherfuckers in the same room. You know what I'm saying? So, anyway, but yeah, I don't have too many nightmares. You know what I'm saying? I lived through most of my nightmares, and, you know, I feel very blessed at this point in my life. You know, I've came a long motherfucking way, but I still got a long ass journey to go. So, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like nightmares right now, or I don't say right now, but I'm not focused on any nightmares. And if anything pops up, I'm gonna get through it because of God. You feel me? I'm pretty sure I got a few more. So if they pop up in my mind in the middle of me doing this podcast episode later on, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say that shit. Anyway, man, I want to get on to the next segment. I feel like this episode gonna be pretty long, and I don't want it to be pretty long because I'm already at 21 minutes and some change seconds and shit like that. And I don't want to talk y'all goddamn ears off, but I feel like that's where it's going, you know. Anyway, I want to get on to the next segment. Next segment is pick and roll. Now, if anybody know pick and roll, that's a play in basketball for people who watch basketball. I don't watch basketball a whole lot, but I watch it enough. But that's not what I want to talk about. So my thing is pick and roll. Well, I guess, you know, I'll throw basketball in. So anybody knows that when you roll a pick and roll in basketball, one of your teammates come up, sets the screen while the other teammates step back, and then you run to the basket and you get past the ball and you know, go up for the layup, dunk, or whatever, and you get your points, and then your teammate gets your assist. What does this have to do with dreams and nightmares? Well, how I see it is, with your dreams, you got to pick what your dreams are, or whatever your dreams may be, and roll with that motherfucker. For example, what I mean is, I got a homie right now. You know, he's been rapping, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, I feel like I could see his dreams. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I want to shout out to my dog, Rock Solo, you know what I'm saying? That's my nigga right there. I've known that nigga since 2009, 2010, I want to say, over 10 plus years. That's like a blood brother to me, dog. And you know what I'm saying? There's no other nigga that I ever met really than that motherfucker. So shout out to that motherfucker. Matter of fact, y'all go look up Rock Solo on Spotify, YouTube, everywhere. That nigga got music every motherfucker where. And that nigga music is fire. I'm trying to tell you. Go look that nigga up right now. But anyway, because he's my homie, and because he raps, and because music is his dream, I like to see it like the pick and roll idea is, you know, he picked his dream, which is music, and he's been doing that since he was a kid. So that's his pick. Excuse me, that was his pick. Me, on the other hand, because I used to produce music and all that and DJ, so we already had something in common. I don't do it anymore, but whatever. My position or my role is assist him with his music. So, you know, every time he drops a song, I'm gonna post it on my page. I'm gonna share it on my Twitter page or Instagram page or stories or whatever, because I want him to get more exposure so he can get those numbers up, so he can get seen everywhere and seen by the right person, so he can get signed and become big and famous and a big rapper and a big star and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a part of his team. Now, it's not established like that, but that's how we roll. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? So the pick and roll is, he picked up his dream. So, and then I come in, I set the screen, he stepped back, I rolled to matter yet, I'll switch that. He sets the screen, I set back, and I pass him and and then he don't that bitch, and he don't. Then the ball is in your hand on your court. You know what I'm saying? The court, the ball, all of that shit, man. When I pass you the ball, and I'm using metaphors, by the way, which is the ball is your dream. I'm assisting you a piece of your dream to help you make that shot. So you can get to that point to make that shot. That's what I'm saying, man. The pick and roll. You got to pick and roll with your dreams, man. If you got a motherfucking team or you got friends with you and they don't help you pick and roll, they don't set a pick and roll for you to get to your dreams farther, then they're not your real friends, man. They don't fuck with you, dog. They don't fuck with you, period. They do not fuck with you. If your friends, if your homies or whatever don't help you pick and roll with your dreams after you told them how you feel about your dreams and you very passionate about your shit, them niggas don't fuck with you, period. I'm just throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? So please, whatever your dreams is, pick and roll that shit, man. You know, if somebody in your corner, you know what I'm saying, fuck with you heavy, you know what I'm saying? Hey, let them know what the pick and roll is. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa, too, for your dreams. Have them do the same thing for your dreams. Y'all got to help each other out with y'all dreams, man. That's what the pick and roll is all about. I'm going to get my assist and you going to get your score. You going to get your points up. We both winning. We both winning out our dreams with this shit. That's the whole point of the pick and roll, man. So that's my thing with pick and roll is we all winning together. You know what I'm saying? You might get that score, but I got my assist because I helped you get to your dreams farther. Because I know you're going to look back and look out for me. And it's not even about that neither. It's just about because you my friend, you my homie, and I fuck with you, and I love you, and you a genuine nigga. You know what I'm saying? So that's what the pick and roll is all about. Next segment I want to get into is called Dream Deferred. And basically what that is, or the meaning of that is, what are you doing that's causing your dreams to be put on pause? Like, why are you not working towards your dreams? And now I get that sometimes life happens and shit can go sour, and you know you gotta step away from your dreams to get your life back together. That's understandable. I ain't picking at that. But if you ain't got nothing in your life that's throwing you off, and the only thing that's throwing you off is you, come on, man. Can't be doing that shit, man. You're gonna be 40, 50, 60 years old, looking back at time like, damn, man, I should've. You gonna be with that I should've shit. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, thinking back on the times when you shoulda. You know what I'm saying? Don't be the I shoulda nigga. Just be the I did that nigga. Don't be the I shoulda nigga. Be that I did that nigga. Pause. That's how. Hold on, man. I don't want niggas to think that, you know what I'm saying, because you know how niggas be. So I'm gonna pause that for a second. But yeah, just be like, I did that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Don't be that. You know, so that's the whole thing with Dream Deferred is, if you got something going on in your life, or if you got a dream going on in your life, you really want to, you know, work at it, succeed, don't let nobody or nothing stop you from getting there. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. Let me tell you two things. One thing is, if you stay focused and you keep going, I know this shit sounds so typical and cliche, but it's true. If you stay focused and keep working hard at your shit, and especially if you know you good at it, your shit gonna come. Your shit is going to come. Don't get deferred because you made a little step back or something that tripped you up or something that, you know, got you out of alignment. Don't be deferred. Don't let that shit defer you, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that shit right. And number two, God, man, pray. God is gonna help you through all that stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? God gonna help you through all of it. If he put you on this earth for a reason. He know what you good at. He know what you not good at. And if you working at the things that you are good at, and he sees that you really trying, he gonna help you. He gonna help you, I promise you. Now, he might throw a monkey wrench in there to test you a little bit. Sometimes the devil will test you too. You gotta know who's testing you on what. But sometimes he might throw a monkey wrench in there to, test you a little bit. And, you just gotta know the moves. You know what I'm saying? And once you figure that shit out, boom, your dreams is taking off, dog. You know what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, man, don't get distracted from what you really want in your life. If you got a dream that you've been wanting since you was a kid, and you know what I'm saying, you've been working hard at it, and something pops up and throws you off, don't worry about that shit, man. You get up, brush yourself off, and you keep motherfucking going. You keep going, man, till the wheels fall off that bitch. Keep going, man. Keep striving. Don't ever quit. Don't let nobody ever make you feel bad about what you really like and what you really love and what you believe in. Fuck them niggas, man. Fuck them niggas, man. Fuck them bitch ass niggas. Excuse me. But seriously though, I just want everybody to work at their dreams and be successful and be happy. Because where I'm at in my life right now, I want all my homies to be happy and successful and to just live life, man. Live life. I want to be able to pay for a trip for all my homies, and they ain't got to pay for shit. That's actually, now that I think about it, that's a dream of mine. That's one of my dreams. Besides, doing all that shit with the family, of course. That's, no question. But another one of my dreams is to pay for a trip for all of my homies to just go on a trip, and we're just gonna have a good ass time, man. They ain't gotta pay for nothing. They ain't gotta pay for their flight. They ain't gotta pay for their hotel room. They ain't gotta pay for the festivities and shit that we gotta get. We gonna do. You know what I'm saying? When I get my paper up like that, when I can just pay for niggas to come hang with me, you know what I'm saying? Somewhere. That'd be dope for me, man. That would be so fucking cool, man. That's one of my dreams, to take my homies out of the country, or go have some fun, man. Of course, that's already in the works with my family. That's a no-brainer. But that's something I don't have to do, but I want to do that because I want my homies to see the world, just like I want to see the world. You know what I'm saying? I've never really been a big traveler growing up because of financial reasons, of course. But now that I got a little bit of finances in my pocket, you know what I'm saying, I'm living a little better now. I want to do things, for me. And then once I do things for me, I want to do things for others. That's another one of my dreams, man, is helping people, man. Helping people get to where they need to go in their life, where they want to be in their life. You know what I'm saying? That shit is an amazing feeling. And I never help people in expecting some shit in return. Never that. Just like, for example, if I give somebody money, I don't expect you to get that shit back. I don't expect you to give that shit back. You know what I'm saying? And funny thing is, I got a thing where don't nobody know this shit, but I'm gonna tell y'all. I was meeting a little shorty, and she was going through some shit in her life. And I gave her, I don't know, I want to say an amount of like maybe $500. Maybe I didn't really count that. I wasn't counting because I was getting her in increments. I was like $100 here, $80 here, $40 here. Just giving her money because maybe I was a trick, maybe, possibly. Who knows? I don't fucking know. But anyway, and every time I would give it to her, she'd be like, "Thank you so much. I'm gonna give it back to you." I'm like, "Nah, you ain't gotta give me shit. You ain't gotta give me a motherfucking thing, because I'm not giving you this money to expect something in return." You know what I'm saying? I'm giving you this money because I fuck with you, and I want to see you do better in life. You feel me? I can get the money back. I can't get my fucking time back. That's a big ass difference. I can lose some money and get that shit right back. No problem. I can't get my time back. So that's why I don't trip off. I mean, Yes, I do trip off when I lose money. Anybody would. I'll trip. But in the back of my mind, it's like, okay, I done lost this. I done lost that 100 times over, and I can make it back 100 times again. But one thing's for sure, I can't get my time back after it's lost. God done made everything on this earth that's tangible, replaceable. But one thing you can't replace is your time, because your clock is always ticking. That bitch don't never stop. The only time when it stops is when you die. So in between now and when I die, I don't want to waste no time. You know what I'm saying? I got off topic. My bad. You know I can be rambling on and be bullshitting. But anyway. But yeah, man. That's what I want to talk about. Dream deferred. Next segment. Stay true to the game. Right? Stay true to the game. And what I mean by that is staying true to the game is staying true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You are the game, and you must play that game very well, because you made that game, because you are the game. Stay true to yourself at all times. I'm going to tell you something. When you stay true to yourself, motherfuckers gravitate to people who stay true to themselves and who are real people 24/7. There's 99 fake niggas out there right now that's trying to be like the next motherfucker because they're not staying true to themselves. But the reason why you stand out is because you staying true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You staying true to the game, man. When you stay true to the game, people notice that shit, man. Real, recognize real. One of the niggas, well, in the podcasting world, one of the niggas that I really fuck with, and who I think is one of the most realest niggas that I've listened to in this whole podcasting shit, is Taxstone. Shout out to that nigga Taxstone. Hopefully he'll hear this shit one day. Shout out to that nigga Taxstone. Excuse me. Matter of fact, I think his podcast was one of the first podcasts I started listening to, maybe like a few years ago. And I was like, what is a podcast? And then I came across Taxstone, and I listened to a few of his episodes of his podcast, and I'm like, this a real ass nigga right here, dog. That nigga Taxstone, man, he keep it a buck with anybody and everybody and don't give a fuck who it is. He's in jail right now because some shit happened back in 2017, 2016 or something like that. You know, so, shout out to that nigga. I know that nigga don't know me from a can of paint. But like I said, when real recognize real, you gonna show respect. So that's the thing. Shout out to Taxstone, man. That is one of the most realest niggas I've seen that ever done this podcast and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, and people fuck with that nigga heavy because he's real, man. He don't give a fuck who talk shit about him or none of that shit. He's the same nigga in front of the last person he just met and the other person he just met. He's gonna be the same nigga in front of 100 niggas. You know what I'm saying? He don't switch his shit up for nobody. You gotta respect the nigga like that. He don't change his attitude. He don't change his face. He don't change the way he talk, the way he walk, the way he breathe. For 3 or 5 to 16 other niggas, he's the same nigga from nigga number 1 to nigga number 99. You gotta respect a nigga like that. And that's how my homie is, my boy Rock Solo. And shout out to my boy Russ. That's my nigga. That's another one of my brothers that I grew up with, and I came up with through high school, and I've known him for years too. That's another real nigga too. Shout out to that nigga, man. I love y'all. Y'all some real ass niggas. But at the end of the day, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all some real bitch ass niggas for sure. They gonna listen to this shit and be dying. But anyway, yeah, at the end of the day, stay true to the game. Staying true to the game, staying true to yourself, staying true to anybody and everybody that's around you is gonna get you very far in life. Because let me tell you something, motherfuckers who keep carbon copying from another motherfucker, it gets old very fast and it becomes very noticeable because you think that you gonna be successful off another nigga's shit. You think that you gonna be able to do this and make moves because that nigga made moves and you trying to do the exact same shit? Or you think you gonna look fly because you trying to put on the same outfit that nigga got on? No, nigga. Find you. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Do you. Don't let nobody take you or get you out of your character. Always stay true to yourself. And when you stay true to yourself, your dreams will come even quicker. Let me say that again. Always stay true to yourself, because when you do, your dreams will come quicker, or when they're supposed to, in a genuine fashion, of course. So always, I want y'all to always never forget who you really are. And if somebody don't like you, fuck them. Fuck them up against the wall with handcuffs on and crazy gruely lips. AKA that was Bernie Mac say. R.I.P. to Bernie Mac. That's my nigga too. But yeah, man, staying true to the game, very important for that, you know. Let's see, how much time we got on this motherfucker? 40 minutes. Okay, cool. I like this timing. Y'all. You know what I'm saying? I like this. Last segment is wins and losses. Plain and simple as ours sounds. You win at some shit in your life, and you lose some shit in your life. But a lot of people don't understand. Some of the most successful people in the world have way more losses under their belt than they do wins. But here's the catch: their losses were minute compared to their wins, to their gains. They had 100 losses. But those 10 wins that they had were the biggest wins that they ever had in their life that made them who they are today. Don't focus on your losses. Well, no, I take that back. Do focus on your losses, because you can learn from your mistakes and you can learn from your losses what to do and what not to do next time to get to your dreams, man. You know what I'm saying? You're going to take 1,000 losses before you get to that one win, which is your dream becoming reality. But once that shit becomes reality, all of those losses will become very small. They become minute. They won't even matter, because you took those losses like a G. You stayed true to the game, and you stayed true to yourself. You know what I'm saying? You didn't let your dreams become deferred. You picked your shit right back up off the floor and you kept moving. You also did the pick and roll. You did everything that you were supposed to do. And guess what? After all of that, after you doing all that shit, you did everything you're supposed to do, you took your losses. Now here's your reward. Here's your reward. And from here on out, you don't get nothing but more rewards. And you're going to continue to get losses now. You're going to continue to get losses. Your losses don't stop. But your wins will always outshine your losses if you stay true to yourself, stay true to the game, just stay focused and learn from your mistakes, learn from your losses. You know what I'm saying? Your losses means a whole lot more than what you really think or what people actually think. You know what I'm saying? Don't forget about your losses, because you gotta stay humble. Some people just focus on the wins. They don't, I hate the saying, when niggas be like, I don't take L's. Bitch, you a fucking lie. You a fucking lie. Your mama took an L when she slept with your raggedy ass daddy, and that's why your daddy ain't there now. So your mama took an L, and you automatically caught the L because your mama made a big ass mistake. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding. I ain't meaning to offend nobody. I'm just trying to make a point. So for niggas who said, I don't take no L's, niggas, stop lying. Shut the fuck up. Yes, you do. You paying $1,500 in child support. Matter of fact, you probably don't even pay that shit, because you probably got back child support that you need to pay. So you already taking the L from that shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be capping all day on the internet and everything else, talking about they did this and they did that and they don't take no L's. You a lying bitch. You a lying fucking bitch. Stop that shit. Y'all niggas stop that shit. Stop saying that you don't take L's, that you don't take no losses, that you don't fail at nothing in life because you a super nigga and you know nothing hurt you. Stop it. Please stop it. Come on, man. Be real about that shit. Be honest with the folks. Be real. I got 100,000 losses and only 1,000 wins. But my wins is way more meaningful than my losses will ever be. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to always keep it a buck with y'all. But more importantly, I'm going to always keep it a buck with myself, because that's the main thing. Once you keep it a buck with yourself, can't nobody tell you shit about you or about nothing about you or around you or beside of you or above you, below you, behind you, in front of you, anything. Always stay a buck. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, your wins and your losses, man, you gotta, they're like, how I say, they're like yin and yang. You can't have one without the other. If you ain't have no losses, you will never know what it feel like to win. And if all you do is win, you will never feel like what it really feels like to win, because you never took a loss. So you gotta have one without the other. It's like you have love and hate. You can't have one without the other. You know, don't let your losses make your dream deferred. Because a lot of times that happens. Motherfucker take 1 or 2 losses and be like, man, fuck this shit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be taking a loss, take one motherfucking loss and saying fuck their dreams, and then go off and do some dumb shit. Man, fuck all that. Just stay focused, man. If you really, really love your dreams and really enjoy what you really like to do, man, that shit won't matter. It matters, but it won't matter. You know? They don't want, like I said, you don't want to live your life and then, you know, look back at life and, you know, just think about all the shit that you thought you were supposed to do, or you know, you wish that you know, you don't want to do that, man. Live your fucking life, man. Live your fucking life to the fullest and don't give a fuck about what nobody said, because it's your life and you got to live the way you want to live it so you can make yourself happy. Why? Because you only get one shot at this motherfucker. Unless you die and God bring you back to life, then that's a different story. You know, you got 2 shots. But you only got 1 shot at this bitch. So don't fuck it up. You feel me? So yeah, wins and losses. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this episode. I feel like I've been rambling on and talking a whole lot of shit. You feel me? But I'm going to go ahead and post on the Twitter page and the Instagram page, you know, make a post, and I want y'all to comment, you know, what are your dreams? What are your nightmares? You know, what are you doing to work at your dreams right now? You know what I'm saying? I'm very curious to know about what my audience, you know, who they really are, because I'm telling y'all who I am. Y'all not obligated to tell me who you are. You don't owe me shit. It's like I don't owe you shit. Excuse me, but at the end of the day, you know, it's all about just getting know people and networking. You feel me? So yeah, man, comment in the comment section of what your dreams are, or you know, if you already living your dream, or if you working towards your dream, or something. You know what I'm saying? Comment below, and then I'll post something on those pages so y'all can be able to interact with your boy Lonzo Low. But anyway, that's going to be the end of this episode. Be sure to tune in next week for another new episode every Thursday at the Hangout.